What is up, guys? I am Cleef. Today I want to talk to you about something that's quite disappointed me. Some of you will know that over the past month and a half to 2 months, I have been sort of training myself with CSGO because I was invited, by Wex to be a fifth man as a fill-in to do a LAN tournament up in Perth. It was for RF LAN 60. We're going to play CSGO there. It was going to be a whole day event, so on and so forth. And so I needed to get myself up to scratch so that I was at least not a liability to the team. Now, I'd accepted that offer. I sort of said, yep, I'll get myself up to scratch. We'll be good to go. I'm obviously not going to be the fragger or the best player on the team, but I'll do my best so that I'm not going to be like a liability to the team and bring everyone else down, sort of thing. So I went and have been doing that for the past sort of near on 2 months to get that up and running. Now the RF LAN tournament is this Saturday, so I'm recording this Sunday night. It'll be uploaded on Monday. So as of when you're watching this on the Monday, it'll be 6 days away is when the RF LAN tournament is. Except as of a couple of hours ago, or really as of last night, so Saturday night. So Saturday night was probably the first time that all 5 members actually played, some games of CSGO. I don't know what the rest of the team have been doing with regards to preparation for the tournament, but I haven't been involved. I haven't been requested to be involved. I haven't been requested to do any training with anyone. As far as my knowledge is, there haven't been any actual team trainings as opposed to, people just playing games together and stuff like that. Which brings about my disappointment in that behind closed doors, so not necessarily said to me per se, other than something that I'll get into in a minute. Behind closed doors, it's said that I'm a liability. I'm the reason that whenever I play, the team is losing. Which, to a degree, I agree with, but it's a very simple answer, and it's a cop-out answer as well. To my knowledge, there's one person voicing it strongly. I would imagine that everyone would probably agree in that I'm not good enough, which is fine. I would put my hand up and say that anyway. It's not exactly a secret. My disappointment though is that everything was then relayed to Wex to come to me and tell me, and that's disappointing to me because, Wex himself would voice his own concerns with me, but then it fell upon him to voice everyone else's as well. And that's not fair on him because he's my friend. So the team has left it up to him to inform me and tell me, and that's not fair on him. And I feel that that's a cop out for them to, dump all of that on him, which sucks, really. I've got 2 issues with regards to me not being good enough or it being a cop-out to say that I'm the sole reason and the sole problem. And they were kind of presented to me, and I realized one of them last night playing with the team for the first time, and the other one I've sort of been aware of myself and been disappointed by, in myself or with myself for a bit. The first one is the team is treating this event as, a proper professional sort of, CSGO tournament with, first prize up for grabs and everything. That's the goal. That's the dream is to get the first place. My issue is though, they don't train. And what I mean by this is, the rest of the 4 of the team might get together with another person or something and play some competitive or face it or ESAA games together, but there's no actual training on tactics, on positioning, on anything. You get into the game and they go, okay, you go here, you go here, you go here, but that's made on the fly. That's not a strategy. It's not a tactic. That is just someone saying you go here, you go there, sort of thing. So there's no real sort of tactics for the team to play as a team together. And there's also, the team doesn't know what each other can and cannot do either. The constant questions within the games last night that we were playing, which was not just solely directed at me, was, does anyone know this smoke? Can anyone do that or anything? So they don't have an understanding as to what each other's limitations are, what each other can and cannot do. And then the biggest annoyance to me was that although others were getting frag kills, probably about 70% of the time when we did win rounds, it was left up to one person to clutch a 1v3 situation. That is not my fault. You can't blame that. You can't dump that blame on me. And when it's said to me afterwards that the team would have won that 100% of the time, that's a cop-out. And blaming that on me, that's an absolute cop-out. Because you're relying on one person to clutch the situation instead of working as a team in that game. And that's annoying. The other disappointment that I have is the attitude is towards them being a pro team or something. I think it's a one-off that this is happening, but it's, the attitude is that this is a pro team, it's a tournament, this is the way that they got to be. But they're not an actual team. It's not a team. It is a group of people who are pretty decent at the game, but they're individuals playing together. They're not a team. So even though each individual knows, how to play the game and how to, play the game successfully, they're not playing to each other's strengths or weaknesses. They're not playing together with any sort of cohesion. They're not, it's not a team. And, this has been organized for almost 2 months. Not everyone even knows their roles. It was only discussed last night as to what everyone's roles would be, and that wasn't even sort of set in stone because some of the roles that people were given they weren't comfortable with or the best option to go with. And it's disappointing that I'm being used as a scapegoat for this team. So, in a nutshell, I'm not going to RF LAN anymore. The month and a half that I've put into CSGO, instead of doing my own content that I've wanted to move forward with on the channel, has been wasted. And I'm disappointed with that, which now means I can effectively start the content that I wanted to start a week earlier. Or content that I've wanted to continue a week earlier than what I had anticipated in the first place, which is good. I'm not going to sit here in this video and reveal what that is because I've got a couple of job options coming up and I just want to see what happens with those before I set anything in stone with regards to what I'm bringing to the channel. So that will take maybe a week anyway, but I'm still going to start whatever I want to finish, over the course of the next week anyway, so that I can get that done as well. I wanted to voice my annoyances with what's happened over the past 24 hours. And because, you guys, or some of you will know, that I've been sort of doing this and training for this and putting things off for this event. And now I'm the scapegoat for the team. So we'll see how they go within the tournament. I hope they go well. I hope they succeed. Just based on the games last night, it's difficult to see success. They'll get some wins on the board, but to go all the way, I'm not sure. And it just falls back to, it's nothing against them as players, because they're good players, but they're not an actual team. To be used as a scapegoat because the team would win in that situation, that's the most disappointing thing for me, I think. But I wanted to voice it because I'm pretty open and honest on the channel, and I wanted to update you guys with regards to what was happening with it. So, you're updated now. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down the bottom and ring that bell for notifications when I do bring you some new content. I'm Cleef. Thank you very much for checking this video out, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.